You can talk now because we're going to edit this part out.
Oh, okay. So, let's just say how awesome and cool you are. And Baris, you're awesome and cool too.
Nice.
Here, physically and digitally, it's amazing.
I think I won't edit this part out. Hi, everybody. This is Sez from Hasura. I'm here with Baris. Welcome to our part 2 of our Unity and Hasura Leaderboard app. Hi, Baris.
Hi.
Baris is a game developer, and he knows Unity, and I don't know Unity, so he's going to show me the Unity part.
And I don't know GraphQL.
Yeah. So if you didn't see part 1, I'm just going to summarize what we did real quick. So we have a Hasura instance here on Heroku. And we have a table called players. Oh, I forgot to delete the score column. We didn't have a score column before, but we added a score column for part 2. So we have players, just ID and name and score. And then we have our Unity project. And what we did in part 1 was we used this GraphQL client called GraphQL Client Unity by Tade Ajiboye. And what we did was we imported the package into the project. So you can see that here. And then this URL is the same as our Hasura endpoint here. So you just plug in your URL there, you introspect, and then you can create queries, mutations, and subscriptions. So in the part 1, we made a query called get players. So I can show you. If you go to, so in the code, that one is hooked up to a button. So we have a get players button. And then we call the API and we run the query. So here's the button. And then it returns the players. And then we also made a mutation called add player. And that one is down here. So that one you pass in some arguments, some variables. So we passed in player name. Right now it's hard-coded, so it's just going to add someone named Lily. So Lily has been added. So if we go to the console, we can actually see that there's a new player named Lily. So that's all we did in part 1. And in this part, we're going to show the scores. We're going to do high scores. We're going to use actions to do that, to do the business logic for high scores. We're going to do subscriptions. I talked too much. So now, Baris, it's your turn.
Okay, so what should we start with? Let's start with getting rid of the hard-coded name.
Yeah, so did I miss anything that we're going to do in this video?
No, I think everything was fine. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the way you add the way we added the score column is you just go to modify and you add a new column here. So that's all we did here. So here we are in VS Code. We're going to add a text field, right?
Yes. So go up under the Hasura test variable, like add a string, just a string variable.
Private string.
Player name.
Player name. But this is the same as below.
Okay, then you can give it another name. It doesn't matter actually, but
okay.
Just to be. Yeah.
Okay. Next.
Okay. If you want, just make that player name to add or something, like make that name longer. So player name.
How about like this?
Okay, sure.
I invented a new convention.
No, it's usable. Okay. So just go above the add player button. and let's add a text field there. So player name equals player name with your new convention.
The set method.
Editor GUI layout. That open that dot text field.
Text field like this, right?
Yes, and open parentheses. Then inside there, let's just name the fields like player name in quotes. So that'll just be the display name for the field, and comma player name with your new convention.
So I actually didn't sleep well last night, so I guess you can come up with new stuff when you're really sleepy. That's what we learned.
Actually, it's not that. It's usable.
I'm sure it's not a new thing. Okay, so that's it, right? Oh, and here we want the player name.
Yes, just put done. Yes, that should be it. Now let's see.
Now we have a text field. Yay! So we can
press play if you want.
Yeah, press play first, and then add a new person.
Dim Sum.
Dim Sum is our new pet. Lily and Dim Sum, they want to play games with us. So this should have worked. So I'm going to check on the Hasura console. Run query again. And we have Dim Sum. Yay.
Nice.
Cool. So what next?
So next, we can... okay, so let's... So in order to send scores, we'll need to get our... Okay, let's add the leaderboard first, that table. Score fields. So sorry, I mean the leaderboard, the score mutation.
Oh, okay. So here, so we're gonna go to the API, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in video 1, we added add player mutation. So now we're gonna add update score mutation.
Yes.
Update score. Well, it's actually update player, right? Update player.
Yeah.
And
update. But I guess we should have the score somewhere in the name there, since our purpose is the name. I guess. Update player score.
Yeah, we can just say update score. Score. And it was by PK, right? By primary key.
So what does that do? That
we pass in the ID.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay. Confirm mutation. And then these are the ones returned. So I'm just going to return everything. So I'll return ID, name, and score.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so and the variables are sent, like the arguments are sent in the code. So why does this say dim sum? I guess it shows what you did last.
Nice catch.
Cool. So here we are. So in the code, the add player one.
Yeah, you could add score. No, like just copy paste that method and let's create a new.
Yeah, I'm just showing what we did last time. So to do the mutation, you pass in the name here as an argument. And you can find this, for anyone watching, you can find this in the documentation for GraphQL Client Unity here on GitHub. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste this and do update score, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then this will be ID.
Yeah, let's do that. And the score.
Int score, right?
Mm-hmm. So,
okay.
Okay, let's get this first.
Oh, I forgot. So this should be mutation, actually. So I'm just going to fix that real quick. Mutation. Okay. And then this one should be update score mutation. Mutation. And this should be update score. And then this, we're gonna fix the variables here.
Okay. So that's the argument. So what should the query look like?
Let's do it on the console. So let's do it from scratch. So you go down here and you do add new mutation, and then update players by PK. The ID can be, we can just take somebody's ID just for testing. And then these are what's returned. And then we want to set the score to like 5,000. You can get whatever score you want, right? That's the game. Okay, so if you go to the console, Baris, and then go to history, it's that. Actually, I can name it. So update score.
Oh, nice. So I go to the console. Which tab are you in? History?
History. And then update score. So actually, you can see in the data, my score is now 5,000.
Update score. Wait, I couldn't find it. Where should I see that? Explorer.
So in the buttons up here, you found history, right?
Yes, I found that.
What did you see? What do you see here?
But it's giving me an empty.
Oh. Okay, so I can show you how to build it. So in the Explorer, actually copy an ID from the data tab, copy a user's ID.
Yeah, yes. Actually, I think I'm now seeing our consoles are a bit different. I think you're on version 1.1.1.
Oh yeah, why am I on?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
So we actually upgraded this to the beta so that we could use actions. So I didn't reload that.
Okay, now we're on the same page.
Yeah. But it should be the same. Like the API should be the same.
Okay, now, so history again. I can't see it.
So I can show you how to build it. It's really easy, actually. So in the Explorer, just open update players by PK. Oh, sorry, add a mutation first from the bottom.
Add a mutation from an update players. Update players by PK. Okay.
Yeah, and then PK columns ID should be like a real player's ID. So you can
get that. I will get my own ID.
We can each like set our own scores to like. We can keep increasing our scores and see who lasts longest.
Yes. Actually, that was my plan, to give myself 5,001.
Oh no! It's like an auction with infinite numbers.
Yes. So.
And then you want to do set score.
Set score. Okay.
And then you want to return all the fields.
Name score. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I can
you show me yours so I can make sure we have the same thing?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Nice. So on the right side, wait, you have a tab on the right side that you can see the JSON. How do I do that?
This one?
Yes, that one.
Oh, close. Maybe your docs are open? I don't know.
No. not that one.
You can't see this?
No, I couldn't. Should I run it?
Wait, history, prettify, copy. I don't know why that would be hidden. That's usually open on the right. Something must be hiding it. Try dragging this thing.
Okay. After I ran it, then I saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just copied this, and you can guide me for the syntax. So
Okay.
this is pretty much, these are the variables we want to pass in. So I'm just going to paste that here.
So, where? Yes. Okay. So we need the JSON object for that. Let me just. There's a lot of syntax, so let me just do it for you.
Okay, and this is score. Oh, is it okay that it's score? Same name?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that should be an equal sign, not a
Oh, yeah. Index.
TK columns.
New, right? Somewhere.
New there, yes. Then set, after set, also new.
New.
Equals new, yes. That should be it.
Okay.
Do we need anything else?
No, just the ID.
I guess.
And then we, this does JSON to arguments, set arguments. And then this one actually makes the request.
Yes. So you can, if you want, just let's get the response to that request and log it.
Oh, how do we do that? Is it like
sorry?
Is it like the one above?
Oh, yeah, same as the one.
Request dot download handler?
Yeah, that text.
Text, the whole thing. Okay. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and wait. We didn't add.
Wait, we need our variables for that.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the score, add a thing there. Private int latest score. Okay. Score. Okay, that works. With your new convention.
I'm so proud of my comment. I don't know C# at all. It's just like JavaScript stuff.
You discovered the convention on your own.
Totally.
So just after add player, like same as the text field, you can add integer fields. No, keep that. No, just copy paste.
Yeah, just copy paste, right?
Yes. A score there. So instead of a text field, it will be an int field.
Yes, and then score, and then score.
Yes.
And update score. This is an amazing game.
So easy. Easiest game ever.
Easiest game ever. Update score.
Games are becoming easier and easier. So.
What's that?
Games are becoming easier and easier. So latest.
That's the trend, right? Thanks to people like us. Okay, so this should work, right? So let's see what happens.
No, actually, we need the player ID also. So go back there.
Oh, yeah.
In the update score. For now, let's just send the hard-coded player ID.
Okay.
Because we need to get in the next step, we'll get the player ID.
Okay. So here we are. A new expression. Is this an old error? This is an old error, maybe.
Just press clear. No, I guess. Let's see. Okay, that's line 70.
Yeah, I wish I could zoom in, but it says a new expression requires, like my pinching.
If you double tap that, it can take you to the line.
Okay.
Or if not, okay, just open the code window. We'll see from there. Go down. I guess it was line 70. Line
70.
70. Mhm.
Oh, this one.
Why would it give that error?
Maybe you didn't like this.
Mm.
Oh,
But
this
it-
needs brackets around it or no? Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Nice. You're learning.
I'm a Unity master now. Okay, so now if I clear, there we go. So here we are, update score. Was this my user or your user? I'm gonna decide based on. Let's make it 600.
I think it was yours because I guess it was yours.
Oh, I didn't get I guess
the
returning log.
Yes.
But we can see if the score got updated. Yes, I'm winning.
Nice. Yeah, that was right. Okay, 600,000. So now I know what to get for myself. Okay, so let's see why we don't have any values.
Okay, so it worked, but the log didn't work, right? So the mutation.
Yes. Request that downloading. That seems correct. Can you show me the other logs in the console?
Yeah. It's so tiny.
Yes, I can't see it.
You can't see it?
No, I can, if I squint, I can see it.
Like, I think it's because I'm screen sharing. The pinching thing, the zoom doesn't work. The
Okay.
pinching.
My window was small also. That's why. So to be honest, I'm not really sure why we're not seeing that.
Do we have to log it? Can we just guess?
We can, but it would be better to see it.
Yeah.
Can you just try? Let's try adding a new player. And see. Maybe press play and try it. Maybe
Oh
something.
yeah, I always forget to press play. Okay. So let's try that again. 700,000.
Nice. Well played.
I bet you didn't see that coming. Okay, now we got the log. It's because I didn't press play.
Yeah. Nice. Okay. So now we need the local player ID to be able to send the score, since we are sending by player ID. But the way we set it up in the first episode is we are creating the player name in the client, but Hasura is creating the player ID for us, the unique global player ID for us on the server. So in the response to our add player, we need to get the player ID in the return values.
Yeah.
So we know what the local player ID will be.
In here?
In here, yes, in the request part. So so just as in the debug log, request that download handler that text.
Okay.
So just do something like string response text equals that. Equals, and delete the debug log.
Delete?
Yes.
The whole thing?
No, just delete the debug log part.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. I
In the
see.
parentheses.
Because we're
So
not-
yes, so next we need to parse that response text to get the player ID from that. I think you deleted the end brackets. So
What do I do now?
okay, so you can delete the parentheses, add a semicolon, add a semicolon, then enter. Then there should be a closing bracket for the method.
Oh, I see what you mean. For the method got deleted. Okay.
Okay. So for the response text, so let's see what the response text will look like. So I can parse it, and so either log that response text,
Okay.
or maybe we can get it from the console. Okay.
So add a player.
Mhm.
Do we have tofu yet? Add tofu.
Tofu.
Okay,
Okay,
here's
what-
the log.
So can you copy paste that for me? So I'll just write you the parsing thing for that.
Copy paste. Does this allow copying?
It should, yes. Just the keyboard things should work.
No. I put,
Sorry. So you can go to the under it.
oh, this. Okay.
That part, yes.
Okay. So should I send this to you?
Yes, just send me. Let me write that one for you.
I'm not prepared for this part. I guess I will do like this. We'll show our.
I just send me the.
Yeah. It's so private. It's a private chat. No one can see it.
So first, okay, data inside players. So I guess we'll use Newtonsoft, JSON. First one. I mean, you could do this too, but just there's a bit of syntax, so it'll be faster.
Yeah, this is easier.
I'll send you line by line. So this will give the array. This will give you the array of values under returning. So because there's a square bracket there, that's an J array. Then from that, get the first one. And first one, we want the it fields.
Oh, we just created an array. I'm learning C#. This is creating an array, right? Or is it?
It's not, it's, actually there will be a line before that. Let me send you that first.
Okay.
So this, basically this line that I just sent you will parse the JSON into a J object. Then from that, by indexing, it gets the returning field, so it will be the returning array. Then from that, I will send you. And with this line, you can get the player ID from that list.
Nice.
So from the return values array with the 0, we just took the first, because there's only one anyway. We took the first entry, then the id field of that.
Okay, cool.
Okay, player ID. So now, because it's our local player ID, I guess we should save it. So the simplest, quickest way to do that with Unity is just do player prefs.
Okay.
So you can just do player prefs.
Like this?
Yes, that's set string.
Is it capital S?
Set string. That's set string. Then just like say local player ID. That's the key for the string we are saving.
Like this?
Yeah, but you can do it without the spaces. I think it doesn't matter, but just so. And then okay, then after the comma, then the new player ID. So we're just storing the new player ID as that key.
Okay.
And then do player prefs that save. Next line.
Oh, capital S, right?
Yes, capital S. Always functions are capital S. Okay,
Like
so there.
local storage. I guess everything is local storage, except except the Postgres stuff. So is this like local storage?
That's local storage, yes.
Oh, okay.
Basically, because it's our local player ID, we are storing that in the local storage. Okay, so when you're calling the player update score function, we can just get it from player prefs now.
Gotcha.
I guess where we are calling it, go up.
Oh yeah.
Then
this one.
Yes, instead of that. And you can guess what this.
Refs. Dot.
Get string.
Oh.
No, that would be too easy.
String.
Get string. Parentheses. Yes, well, that's a string, so it should be yes. Okay, that should be it.
Okay.
Okay.
So this means we have to add a new player, right?
Yeah, then that one will be our local player.
We have an error. The type or namespace name JObject could not be found.
Okay. Oh, you have to add the so go in the C# file, go up. You should add Newtonsoft.json. Wait, then also under Newtonsoft.json, add Newton. Go up. Newtonsoft.json under there. Again, using Newtonsoft.json.link.
Oh. So the other one doesn't bring in everything. You have to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
With Q. Link with Q.
Link Q.
Link Q. So I think that would be.
Okay, now let's see. Something is working.
Nice.
So now we have to add the player first, right?
Yes. Add a new pet, imaginary pet.
What's your favorite food? I don't know why a pet name needs to be a food name.
Potato chips.
Huh?
Potato chips.
Potato. That's a good one. Oh, chips. Chips is a good one. Okay. Add the player.
Not food, but. I mean, it's not food, but it's food. Chips.
Yeah, you can imagine it as food. So now we have a new player, and if we so let's look at the console. There's chips with null score, and now we're going to update chips' score to. Let's start with 50. What do you say?
Sure.
It's a good choice for a new player.
So they won't beat you.
Yeah. Chip score 50. Run query. Yay.
Nice.
Nice. Cool.
But he has a long way to go until he beats you.
Yeah, he has to catch up with us.
So
That'll be
okay.
hard because we have all the control. It's an unfair game.
So what next?
Very cool.
Yeah, very nice. So that only. So the issue we have now is that only updates the latest score, but it would be nice if you could make it so the score is accepted only if it's higher than the previous score.
Yeah, so right now if we do like 40, if it updates to a lower number,
Mm-hmm.
it still works, but we don't want it to, right?
Yes. So we could just check that on the client, but instead of that, we'll handle it in the server, which you know how to do.
Yeah.
I'm
I
hoping.
wonder what we can use for the future. I have a feeling we're gonna use actions.
As advertised in the beginning of the.
Yes. So we want the high score to be saved. So for that, we need business logic, and we can use actions for that. So the way it works is you create a mutation here. So let's say this is our mutation, right? Update players by PK. But before it runs, we want to do a check to see if the score got lower or higher, right?
Yes.
So that means we want to derive an action from this mutation. But we want a variable here, no?
Ultimately, yes.
Yeah, so let's see what happens like using, there we go. Only mutations using variables can be derived. Oh, my Zoom works. Yay.
Nice.
So actually in the middle of this video, we decided to do a third video on actions because it's going to be a lot of me talking. So it makes more sense to make a separate video on that. So that's going to be the high scores in that next video. So we're just going to move on to showing the scores and then doing subscriptions now.
Okay, so we should. Okay, so let's do another button to get the scores from this, like to get the high scores, and show them in the UI. Like there's a simple UI for that. So
Copy this line, or
yeah, just no, not even that line, just the button.
oh, this one.
Yes, that, okay.
High scores, or
Like just display high scores.
okay.
Something like that, and you need to put that in an if.
Okay.
And brackets. Yes. So, what should we do? So now I guess we need a query to get the top 10 scores, maybe.
Query to do. Oh, yeah. So let's go to Unity and make a new query, right?
Yes.
So
Below project tab. Yes.
so create new query. Where'd it go?
Up there.
Why is this cut off? That's kind of weird. Oh, because this is okay. So where did my new query go? Is this it? This is it. So this is gonna be players, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Top players. Create field.
So actually, we want all the fields.
We need to so let me show you on the console. So players, we want limit 10, order by
Score.
score.
Okay.
We can get the names.
Score should be descending. Yeah.
Descending. So the null is on top.
Hmm. How can we actually, we don't want null at all. Can we limit by not null?
Where score is null false.
Yeah, nice.
There we go.
Nice.
So this is the query one. So we actually want to pass variables, pass arguments to query, which we haven't tried yet. So that will be interesting.
We did it for mutations, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't know what will happen. Try. So let's get everything back. ID name score preview query. So that's the query, but then we also need the arguments. So
yes.
So we're gonna do the top players, the high scores now. And even though we're wearing similar clothes, it's actually a different day. But we're just gonna keep going from where we left off. Just pretend that it's the same day. So we added a button to display high scores. And we're going to create a method for top players, right? Or high scores or top players.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Actually, maybe make that method like display top players, so it's more.
Yeah, or high scores.
Mm-hmm.
Display top players. Yeah, this should say top players.
Yeah, both are okay. Yes.
And then in the meantime, we upgraded the package. We updated the package. So there's a little change here where from inside this parentheses, we moved the arguments into set args.
Mm-hmm.
And the same down here. So that's a change that happened in between the days, the last day that we were recording and today. Okay, here's our new method. And it's going to look just like this one. So let's copy that down. And display top players. It has no arguments. And it's going to be called top players query. And this is a query.
Yes.
And then we need a thing here.
Also, you need to change the get query by name thing.
Say again?
So you have now you have a leaderboard API that get query by name update score. So we have to change that as well.
Oh yeah, the top players. Yeah, so this one's gonna call.
Let's check.
Let me show you that one.
Under leaderboard, I think.
Yeah, so this one that we created, that's what it's calling. So these are the arguments that we want to pass because we're limiting to 10, ordering by score. Oh, this is ascending.
I think that part we'll add in code anyway.
Yeah, this is just what we ran last.
Mm-hmm.
Where score is not null.
Mm-hmm. So that's showing what we ran last time.
Yeah, exactly. So we're gonna paste that in here from the Hasura console and then convert it to the new stuff. New, right?
Yeah.
Equals 10, is that correct?
Yes. Equals.
New score equals, and this is a string. No, this is.
No, I think we need to create an enum for that.
Yeah, we're gonna create an enum for that.
Just leave it as desk for now, I think, and then we can go back to it.
Yeah. And new score equals new. Is this right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
Yep.
So for the desk thing, descending, we're gonna make public, right? Public
Yeah, I think you can make it private also. We'll only use it here, I guess.
private
So far.
enum. What was it? Options.
Just say option. Open curly brackets. Then yes.
Descending, ascending. Those are our options.
Yes. I think those are the GraphQL enum values.
Yeah.
Possible. So that's where it comes from.
Yeah, and you can see that here. There's actually some other things too, but we're not gonna use them.
Yeah. Oh, actually, that's useful. Like nulls first, nulls last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true. Cool. So and then this is options dot, right?
Yes. So
now let's test this. Does it look good? Top
I think
player.
so, but let's ask Unity.
Oh, this says update score mutation.
No.
Top player's query. Okay, now let's ask Unity. Hi, Unity. It would be awesome if it could like talk back to us.
I don't want it telling me my errors. I'm okay to just read.
You don't want it to talk back to us?
Also, hit clear. Okay, what's that?
Elements defined in a namespace cannot be explicitly private. Maybe.
Okay, then just make it public.
Yeah. Public. Okay. Now hit play.
Yes.
And display top players. And look at that. How magical is this? So
how come I'm at the end with 10 points?
how come? I have been wondering that. It's very suspicious. Who's running this thing?
And suspiciously, you're at the top with 700,000.
I know, right? Like, how did that happen? I'm gonna investigate this.
Okay.
We need an independent board in charge of
Investigating the scores. No, I will update my score after this.
Okay. Yeah, you can actually help you on your end. You can help your situation.
Yes. So now what do you want to do? Okay, our next step will be to show the scores in the scene.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So go, like there's one file called Leaderboard overlay that I prepared before. Just check that.
Check that where?
There it is. Yeah. No, that's the prefab. You want the C# file. Yes, that one. So there's a thing called score entry.
Mm-hmm.
So this class that I created will accept a list of score entries and just display them in the scene. So what we want to do is parse the data that Hasura is giving us, and then make it into score entries and send it to this leaderboard overlay.
So we import that in here?
So here in display top players, no, you don't need to import that. Okay, so in display top players, we'll need to get the response as a string and parse that.
So it's kind of like this
What
one.
we did up there, yes. Yes.
JSON jobject.parse. Is that it?
Yes, something like that, yes. But before that, yeah, that's getting the response text. Download handler.text. Yes.
Okay.
Object.
Should I get all this stuff too? Similar stuff?
That one, I think so. But could you copy paste me the response from the GraphQL query so I can check?
Of course. Here's We're using Skype now. We've changed our technologies. It's a new day.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let me see that. In the meantime, I can show you how to create the score entry objects in C#. So if you jump back there, into the editor file there. So here, once we parse them, just go below a few spaces, a few lines. Once we parse that, we'll need to first create a list of score entries. So I'll just write on Skype how you do that. List score entries.
This one?
Yes.
Oh. Skype wanted to chime in.
Okay. So after that, we'll create a score entry with score entry. I'll also show you that, just to show you the C# syntax. Score entry. This. And then just set the methods on that score entry and add those to the list.
So we made a list and we made a new score entry.
Yes, actually we make one score entry for each response from the top player's query. If you go up on that in the screen, in the
other one.
Yes, in the other one, go up. There's the score entry class. We'll just set all those properties on that.
Okay.
Username, score, rank is local player. All ones. Yeah. Okay, so just 1 second. Let me see about parsing this response.
Okay, so score entry. I'm pretending it's JavaScript.
Yeah, just like that. Okay.
A dot something. Oh, whatever you parse.
Yes, whatever. So just as before, we create a return. Wait. We create a JArray. Yeah, you can do that. Hold down. So instead of insert players, here we have players. Okay, and you can delete the returning. We don't have that.
Yeah.
Okay, so from that JArray. So now we want to go over each entry in that JArray. So just do for each. Go here.
So erase this thing?
Yeah, you can erase that. Just do for each. Instead of item, say entry in return values.
Okay.
Okay, so for each of them, so you can put the score entry object we created into there because we need one score entry for each. You can copy paste from your line below.
Oh, this?
That one should go before the for each. Yes. Yeah. And create the list before for each.
Okay.
Nice. Then we'll set the values in score entry, and at the end of that for each, add it to score entries, like score entries dot add score entry.
Okay.
So username will be just name. So do entry.
Entry dot name.
No, that one you should. We need because it's a J object. We need to access it like in square brackets.
Oh, gotcha.
Name, yes, and convert that to string. So after the equal sign, have a string in parentheses.
And then where's the parentheses?
Just
Oh,
around the string. Yes.
okay.
So that's the name. The next one is what?
Is score.
Score.
You can actually also see these for people who are watching. You can see them if you run this. What's this doing? Okay. You can see what's returned here also. So
Yes,
data, players, ID, score, name. So what we did was data, players, name, score.
Score, yes. Then what else do we need? For score, you need to convert that into an int, not a string.
Oh.
Yes.
So
then what else? So we have local player. Just put is local player there.
Okay.
Now a quiz question to you. Can you figure out how do we get is local?
This has to do with local storage, player prefs. Oh, we're gonna check the ID against the local ID.
Yes.
Ta-da! So this
for ID, just put it there inside the.
It's not set string. It's get
string. You don't need that value. Yes, just that. And you can put that outside of the for each and just set it to a variable, so it just does it once.
Couldn't we just? Oh, okay. We could also put it in here, right?
You could also put it there, but it's reading it from local storage, so we can just cache it in a variable like string local ID.
Okay.
Instead of just reading it every time in the for each.
Oh, makes sense. Yeah. So this one will be string local ID. And then is there like a ternary?
Our name for the local ID is it, just it. So inside the entry square brackets, just an it ID.
Oh, is it
just yeah.
Okay. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So if the ID in the response is equal to our saved ID, then it's the local player.
Yes. And we need rank. So rank is just the index of this in the.
Oh,
yeah. So to get that, actually, let's convert the for each to a regular for array, so we have the index as well. So instead of for each, just say for.
Okay.
And just int I equals 0. Like
inside the parentheses?
Inside it, yeah, we changed it all. Int I equals 0, semicolon. I is less than return values that length. Capital L. Then I++.
Is it a function?
No, not a function. It's a problem.
This is fine?
Yes. Then after that, I++. Then close parentheses and we can delete, yeah. Okay. So for rank, we just do I+1.
And the entry should be...
sorry, yeah, in the beginning of that, we should set, J object entry equals return values I in square brackets, yes. I think probably need to convert that to J object.
J object, how? Convert that?
Just like we converted strings.
Like this?
Yeah, just
okay. And rank is gonna be
just I+1. Yeah, we don't need anything else. You don't need the string also. Yeah, I think that should be all. So, and what did we miss? We need to add this to the score entries list.
Now we need to, yeah, we did miss that. So score entries.
But do it inside the for loop because we need to add each one.
Oh, yeah. Score entries. How do you add to
dot add function with score entry and semicolon. Yeah.
Cool. Now let's see if it works.
Yeah. So now you need to we need to just get the leaderboard overlay object and send it this. So to do that, just after that for loop. No, here still.
Oh,
After
yeah.
the for loop, just say find object.
Like this?
Oh wait, we're not in a. We need a game object to do that. So do wait. Just do Hasura test. Oh, actually, yeah, you can do it. Just say find object of type.
With capital F?
Capital F. Yes. Object of type. Open the type bracket, which is the less than sign. Without the parentheses. Then leaderboard overlay.
Was it capital S?
Capital L.
Capital L?
Usually everything is class names are capital L. Capital letters.
Okay.
Close, like greater than sign, parentheses. So this is a function that in the scene hierarchy finds the leaderboard overlay object.
Okay.
Okay. So go back, and that's so to this object we'll after the parentheses.
Oh, dot. Okay.
Display scores, I think. Yeah, display scores, score entries. No, display scores is the function. So open parentheses.
All right. Okay.
Close parentheses, and that should be it. Okay.
So we call this with the score entries. Okay.
Yeah. So it shouldn't.
So what does this do? It puts it on the UI or something?
It just goes through it, puts it on the UI.
Okay. So play.
Like that's just a quick thing I know, which hopefully will work. Wait, what?
JArray does not contain. JArray does not contain a definition for length.
Okay, that was a wrong assumption on my part. So let me see.
I made it a function.
No, it's not a function. Try count. Count.
Oh, instead of length. Type or namespace leaderboard overlay could not be found.
Are you leaderboard overlay? Why you should have that? One more second. I'm just checking. Maybe there's just a spelling error.
Oh, maybe.
Your editor doesn't have code correction, which is difficult.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. I just normally just use JavaScript, so I probably don't have plugins for C#.
Actually, this was a nice challenge to try this without the code correct. Yeah, that B is a capital one. The B. Board.
Oh, okay. Tricky. Looks like we're error free. So that's good. We're gonna hit display top layers. What? That's amazing.
My UI is kind of messed up, but at least it's showing.
It worked. Can we make this wider so the
Sure.
I don't know.
Can we?
Oh, that didn't work.
What are you trying to do?
Trying to make this blue part wider, or
Nothing you can do it.
so the 0 doesn't go down.
That's okay. I never expected to have like scores of 7 million. That's the reason. We can fix that in the UI if you want.
Yeah, I want.
Okay, sure, let's do that. So go to the Unity.
If it's not too much work.
I don't know, it should be simple.
Okay.
Just something new for you. So go to the editor.
Here?
Yes. No. There, like press play, so you stop it. So under leaderboard, in the like project, yeah, everything we have I put under leaderboard. So there's a prefab leaderboard entry. Just double tap that. Double tap it again. Wait. Okay, then go to the scene tab up near game. Okay, so there you see that 202 there. Click on that.
Oh, just one click. Okay.
Okay, so.
Oh.
So basically, I made it too small. So.
This width is it?
Yes. No, I actually, if like the simplest solution now, you can just go down a bit. Click auto size there, so it will always be small. Like it will always adjust the size. But then you have to do the min. Like just under the auto size, there's a min box. Just make it like something small. 1. Okay. So now even if that's like whatever score you give, it will just adjust the size so it fits in there. Okay, you saved. Okay, let's try it again.
Do I have to save somewhere?
Just go back to the scene. Did you close it?
Yeah.
Like it depends on your. No, it has auto save on, so you don't have to save.
Okay. So now.
Just press back on near, like above. Go left. Just left to the leaderboard entry. There's a small arrow. Just. That's to exit the prefab edit. See. Okay. Now play. Let's try it. What? No, that's.
It got even smaller. It's okay. Don't worry about that right now.
Okay, let's fix that later. Or you can, like in the prefab, you can just make the width larger. I guess that works too.
Oh, I'm just gonna do that then. So that was. Oh, that was here.
Okay. Or instead of making the width larger, click it. Click the 202. Okay. There's a like just drag the no, not there. Just black. There's a white rectangle in the scene.
Oh, drag that.
Drag that left.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you can. Okay.
Okay, now go back. Oh, much better.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, so we accommodated your cheating scores.
Yes, I didn't want it to look smaller than it is. So
makes sense. Okay, so what else? Actually, there's a bug in that, so the title disappeared when you pressed it. But for now, let's accept this as.
Okay. And pretend that it is still there.
That it looks correct. Yeah.
Yeah. This was intentional.
Completely intentional to put it outside of the scene.
What are these T's in the middle?
Those are like this uses text mesh Pro to render text, like which is an awesome plugin. That's the logo of that.
Oh, okay. And it's highlighting that the local player is Smoothie.
Yes. That's how it uses the you remember we put the is local player boolean, so that's how it uses.
Cool. Very cool. So should we do subscriptions?
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, let's do.
So, what we want to do is, what if someone else beats your score while you're in that scene, and the data gets updated on Hasura, and we want to show
Yeah.
the change immediately.
If suddenly gets 800,000 points, then we should see this update, right?
Yes, actually, that's exactly what we're going to do.
Is that what's gonna happen? You've already planned this, huh?
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the README.
Yeah. So
And let's see if we can make this work.
So we just hit create new subscription, right?
I guess. Like neither of us, just to note that neither of us did this before. So
yeah, this is our first time doing it, so we'll see how it goes. So I'll call this live players or something.
Sure. I'm just going to the README to check.
To show that it's happening live, and it's just the players subscription. This actually you can also check from the Hasura console. You can test it first. So go to subscription, add new subscription, and players. Let's get the names and the scores. So now, Baris, if you change some data on your end, this should, if you change some data on your end, this should update here because it says.
Okay, let me do that. Wait, I don't. What colors are?
Maybe change. Yeah, change something at the top here. Maybe change Baris or dim sum.
Okay, so you want me to add a score, basically. Okay, I need to remember my GraphQL that I just learned.
Oh yeah, we can do it from the data tab too.
No, wait, I am up to this challenge. Okay, GraphQL, where should I get? Explorer.
Yeah.
Then players.
Mutation. Add new mutation.
Add new mutation, yes. Let's do this. Update players. Id equals. From the data tab, I'll get my ID.
Yes.
So where id equals my ID. And what else? Update. Affected rows? No.
So that's what's returned.
Next, I should do the set score.
Yeah.
800 million trillion.
There must be a limit, you know.
80 million. Then run my mutation. Wait. Validation failed. What time? Field update players of type players mutation response must have a selection of subfields.
So you have to pick returning or affected rows. It is affecting you to want
so
to.
it just return the affected values, affected rows.
Okay. Yeah. Did you see the update? I mean, maybe you didn't see it, but it changed here, and Baris is now 8 million points. I should never have let you take control.
80 million, not 8 million.
80 million? Oh my god, I'm never gonna catch up.
No.
Okay, so because this is a subscription, that updated, and now we want that to happen.
In Unity. Okay, so that was nice and simple.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to the subscriptions part of the README.
Should I just call this players again? Will that be a problem?
I think maybe, I'm not sure.
Let's say live players.
Name? Live players, sure.
Okay. And we'll get ID, name, and score. Name and score. So this is our new subscription. And Make this close smaller.
Mm.
So instead of this query here, the get players, we want a subscription. Is that how it works, I wonder?
Yes. So I will no, we need to register for the I will send you this from the README. We need to register for the subscription.
So I want to show where that's from. So in the client docs, this is where you got that from, right?
Yeah, yes.
So oh, we also want this one. Okay, so we want all three of these.
Yeah.
And anywhere here?
Yeah, you can post in there. But we already had an on enable function, so that line you should add to the on enable thing.
Oh, on enable.
Go below, just copy paste that line, delete the on enable, and put there. Normally, these you wouldn't put in the editor file like this. You would put it in a game object or something. But for now, just let's have everything in one place weekly.
Cool. That makes sense. So on enable, we're registering a listener for display data.
Mm-hmm.
On disable, we're unregistering it. We have weird tabbing, but it's fine.
And display data.
Here is display data. On subscription received, data received, we want to log it.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we could log it. We could just get the data and do. Okay, let's first try this and then update the data in the UI.
Yeah, let's do that. So, but how do we tell it that it's the live players subscription?
Good question. Display. Wait, I guess that on subscription data received has some extra data.
Register listener. Oh, okay. We still need to create it this way, I think, right?
We do.
A subscription is created the same way as a query or a mutation.
Okay. No, I think that means
you call subscribe. Oh, okay.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, so we copy this and we say get live players. And we say subscribe. Get live players. And I guess this is still query. We can try that.
Maybe. Seems like it should be something else, but
yeah. Subscription.
Does it have any other options instead of query? Maybe subscription.
Type.subscription? No.
API.query.
We can just try query and see if.
Actually, there's instead of mutation or query, you can say subscription.
But he doesn't say to do that, right?
No, I'm just guessing. Like instead of query, you can just write subscription. Like in the enum there, I checked it. It has that option too.
Oh, it does. Okay, cool. Okay, and then we need a button for this.
Yes.
So instead of the get players, we can sub this one in, right? Get live, or we can add another.
Let's just add it so we don't mess up our thing.
Yeah. Get live players and get live players. So the part that puts it on the UI is using it's using top players. So we want top players to be a subscription.
No, I think you created a separate subscription, no?
Yeah, but the part that's adding it to the UI is this part, right?
I think what we'll do is now, once we get a subscription callback that the data has changed, we can just call the top players method and get the data.
Okay.
Or no?
So now we're just logging it to the console. The type or namespace name on subscription data received could not be found.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. I think you need to import something for that. So import just up in the usings part. Just say it's GraphQL client dot event callbacks.
Say again?
That event callbacks.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay. Now, cannot await void.
Cannot await.
I guess
where is that? No, that should be fine. That seems fine. But there somewhere else there's. Does it tell you where the error is from? Which it had a line number there. If you go back to the editor.
The line number is
74.
74.
Or 35.
Maybe it's query.
Subscribe is returning. Oh wait. The thing is, subscribe is not an asynchronous operation, so we don't need a wait there. Like you're subscribing and it will just come back. Like it will have a different call.
Yeah, it has its own.
Cannot void. And since the return values go back there again.
Cannot implicitly convert type void in case people can't read it. Okay.
Yes. So just so for that subscribe, just delete everything before the equal sign, because we don't need to await. It's not returning request either. It's just returning. Void. No.
We just want to subscribe.
Yeah, we just want to subscribe.
Okay. Okay, we're error free.
Nice.
Now we want to get live players. And we got something. So now does it log again? Is that what we're expecting if we change data?
Let's see. All right. Yes, let's try. Let me add the data. You do it.
Or you can add it, yeah.
Okay, let me do it. So I can just go back there and change my score to 80,000,001.
Oh, I'm never gonna catch up. There we go. It logged again.
Nice.
And you are 80,000,001.
Nice. So we could, I guess, we could, like, the efficient way to do it would be to just get that data and change it in the UI. But to make it quickly, just when we get the callback, let's call the top players function again.
Here?
Yes.
Oh, I see. Top.
So let's just get the fresh data when we know it's changed and.
Like this?
Yeah, just that. No, I think the function was display top players, since your code complete is not helping us.
Thanks, code complete. Yeah, you're right. Alternatively, we can, instead of calling display top players here, we can get the data into, we can make a live version of this. So let's do that. So down to here, let's say top live players and top live players query. And this will be a subscription. This will be top live players. Live players, these are, we're ordering by the score. and live players, and this will be subscribe. Yep, and we don't need to wait since it's a subscription. And let's add a button. Top live players, top live players. And we need to add that subscription. And then inside here, we need to show, we'll do that next, but let me add the subscription. So, where are we? Hasura test project, leaderboard API, and we'll add a new subscription. Top live players. We'll confirm. We'll get everything in the response. And preview subscription. So now we have a subscription for top live players. And here, so here, that will go into here, display top live players. And we're gonna pause this subscription right now. Actually, let me just comment out everything. And let me comment out this one also. Okay. What else? Now we need to show it in the UI, right? So display top live players. So normally the one that's not a subscription has all this stuff. I mean, this is a little bit hacky, so you can clean up these functions a little bit, but I'm just going to copy paste for now. So we subscribe in here, and then once we get the update, we're actually in here in display data. So paste all the UI stuff in here. And the response text is actually this. And then the response text actually has a payload in the front here. So payload that. If you log it, you can see that. And now this should work. Let's check it out. Hit play. So a test and display top live players. It works. And it is sorted and everything. And let's see if it's live now. Let me push this a little bit to the left. And let me update Smoothie's score to 700. And it's live. So that's another way to do it, and it's a little bit cleaner. So I'm ready to test it, right?
Yes. So play, hit play, subscribe.
Get live players, right?
If you want, just display the scores first. Oh, wait.
What happened?
Okay.
Oh, it just...
So somebody has to fix a small bug in the leaderboard overlay.
Who is that? Who is the somebody?
Why did this happen? I think we messed it up by running something out of play. So go back to that scene. Actually, that somebody is you. So
Thanks.
so just hit play. So under, wait 1 second. So on the left side, in the entries part, 1 second, I should check this.
These are all the entries.
Yeah, yes, because we ran it out of play, when it's not playing, it added it as like a permanent part of thing. So we should just delete that. So okay, you can just delete the whole entries, that whole group.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So now, I have to go back to Hasura test and then get live players. That seemed to work. Now, if we update, it should update, right?
Yes. So I'll update my score. Or I'll update your score.
Okay.
No, let's give it Chips a chance. Okay, I'll get, since Chips is last, I'll get.
I'll update my score in the meantime.
I'll get their score and make it. Okay.
Oh, I caused an overflow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, no, this is what happened?
What just happened? Well, at least it's updating.
Yes, it's updating. This is my mistake that I should fix. 1 second.
The object type box collider has been destroyed, but
Yeah.
you're still trying to access it.
Yes.
So after a little break, we updated this leaderboard overlay.cs file. To fix
No, not that file, but we updated the prefab for it.
Oh, we updated the prefab for it to fix the
Let's
bug.
just fix the title position, and here you need to add one line. Entries. Wait. Entries that you like. Just you see. Do you see the destroy thing there down below?
Yeah.
So just there under that, just do entries that clear. So when we were sending this new entries, we weren't clearing the previous one. So that was the issue. Clear
This?
and that. Yes, that should be enough.
Okay. So let's try again.
Yes.
Play. Get live players.
Okay.
How are you still ahead of me? You have an extra 0.
Well, again, my score is too big for that. Please. Okay, so let's make. Okay, I'll add Lily some extra scores.
See? It worked.
Oh, you added yourself? Nice.
Yeah. So I added a 0 and it updated here. So now it works. So we can demonstrate again if you want to get ahead of me again.
I'm going to do it without. I was already doing it.
We're actually getting really good at this game.
Yes. Oh wait, what?
We're tied now.
And you got the score first, so let's see. Now I ran it. And so quick. Nice.
Now you're number 1.
Yes.
Congratulations, you win, Baris. Good game. Cool. So we did so much. We showed how to make queries and mutations and subscriptions. What else did we do? We showed how to put these on the UI. I'm going to make a separate video on actions for high scores. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Did I forget anything?
No, those are.
We can look at the code, actually. So, yeah, so we can get players, we can get live players, we can add players, mutation, update score, mutation. Oh, okay, yeah, we also showed how to pass in variables to a query, how to pass in arguments, which is like this.
Get a sorted list.
Yeah. Pretty awesome. So I will go back here. Thank you so much, Baris, for building this fun project with me. I learned a lot.
Thank you. Also, I also learned a lot, and actually, it was like very streamlined to do the GraphQL stuff. Also, before you close, just check the leaderboard once more.
Check the leaderboard. Oh,
your latest rank.
Oh, what? Chips and Lily.
You're so far behind.
They passed me. I can't multitask. By the way, Smoothie isn't doing well either. Well, That's pretty awesome. Did you want to say anything about where people should follow you and stuff? Your Twitter?
No, I have a Twitter that I use very rarely, but I can share that. So
Okay.
just Baris Tumerkan. Maybe write that. I don't know.
Yep. Baris Tumerkan. Like that.
Maybe it would be an excuse for me to use it.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Baris. Bye, everybody.
Bye.